the idiocy of the California AB5 law. The state of California has done this because they're saying, hey, we're here to protect workers, when in reality, they're there to get more money out of businesses. Producers do need protections from especially these large tech monopolies. The way California is going about it is wrong. So Uber's had some difficulty. We've covered this California AB5 law for a while. Basically, the fight goes on. California, New York State, these states are just hemorrhaging money right now with what's going on with COVID and people leaving these cities and just going elsewhere. So the labor commissioner in California has filed a lawsuit against Uber and Lyft for engaging in systemic wage theft. You fight that battle, California Department of Industrial Relations. You really stand for what Uber and Lyft drivers need. You can tell there's a little sarcasm in my tone. We've covered this many times on the show, the idiocy of the California AB5 law. And although that is failed legislation, and it, the lawmakers in California will never admit to this, but it inappropriately or inadvertently classified people like truck drivers or artists. Well, I guess you're not really performing gigs anymore, but you had artists performing gigs. You had photographers. You had, all these different types of 1099 workers that theoretically would be classified or should be classified as a W-2 employee as opposed to a 1099 contractor. And the state of California has done this because they're saying, hey, we're here to protect workers, when in reality, they're there to get more money out of businesses. And the reason why that is the case is because the California AB5 law does not solve the two biggest gripes of gig economy workers. Just to recap, first one being pricing. So can the platform arbitrarily just increase their take rate? Uber and Lyft. Can Uber just, instead of taking 20%, take now 25 or 30% because it's the holidays? They do this. And is that fair to the worker? How could you add protections in around that? AB5 law doesn't touch that. The second gripe of gig economy workers is the platform has now taken some form of negative action on me, right? A passenger complained, something. There's always two sides to every story, right? How does that producer, that driver, that producer have a forum, have a rebuttal mechanism, have an ability to present his or her side of the story if the platform kicks you off or takes penalizing action against you, the producer? Those are the protections that gig economy producers and workers need. Does the AB5 law address that? No, not at all. But what it certainly does do is help California get more taxes and fees out of businesses. So now you have this as a result. Uber CEO says its service will probably shut down temporarily in California if it's forced to classify drivers as employees. Not surprising, it breaks the whole business model, and it's not necessary. And again, that AB5 law doesn't address the two main issues that workers have. Now, fortunately for Uber, as we've spoken about also on the show, they have that platform conglomerate status. And what we saw in Uber's earnings release is their delivery business is now larger than their ride-hailing business. So that diversification, that platform conglomerate status, the ability to cross-pollinate these network effects between two different complementary service marketplace businesses, food delivery and ride sharing, we see that benefit the platform conglomerate as compared to Lyft, which until recently, that stock has just about mimicked almost exactly what Uber is doing. And now you're actually starting to see a little bit of a divergence here, finally, now that we see, the food delivery business, Uber Eats, be so strong and a rise for Uber. Very unfortunate, this W-2 1099 issue. I think, and we've covered it before on the show, that producers do need protections from especially these large tech monopolies. We've covered that ad infinitum on the show. But the way California is going about it is wrong and not even trying to solve the problems. Hi, this is Alex from Winner Take All. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the content. Feel free to leave a comment, ask us questions, and definitely make sure to join us on our next live stream.